Toronto police are updating the investigation at Mount Pleasant and Bloor, where a woman was struck and killed earlier this morning by a vehicle. Let's listen in.
Sergeant, I know you're limited as to what you can say to us, but what can you tell us?
So this morning at approximately 7:30 a.m. there was a call to the area of Mount Pleasant and Bloor Street for report of a collision involving a vehicle and a pedestrian. Unfortunately, the pedestrian succumbed to their injuries on scene and was pronounced deceased at the scene. At this time, what I can tell you is that the victim is a female. However, information is limited and won't be provided at this time with regards to that, pending notification of next of kin. So what I can tell you is that there was a truck that was on the ramp going from Bloor Street down to Mount Pleasant, and a pedestrian was crossing from the north side of the street to the south side, and at some point the pedestrian was struck in that area. We're just asking for any witnesses that may have seen what happened, or any dash cam or video on businesses or area residents. If you could contact Traffic Services at 416-808-1900.
Sergeant, is it clear at this point that the pedestrian was crossing north to south at the intersection at the stop sign?
That's all part of the investigation right now. We can't surmise at this point what the cause of the collision was. However, we have our investigative and reconstructive officers on scene, and they're going to take all that into account. They'll look at video footage, witness stories, as well as any other people that may come forward that can assist with that. That's where they'll get their information from, be able to determine the cause of the collision.
Sergeant, you said there was a truck involved. There's a tow truck behind you there on the scene. Was that the vehicle that was involved?
At this point, yes, the tow truck was involved in the collision along with a pedestrian.
There is a stop sign at the intersection. Does it surprise you that there could be a fatal accident so close to a stop sign?
Again, that's all part of the investigation. At this point, I can't tell you exactly why or what the circumstances were surrounding the collision. But yes, there is a stop sign down there, and aspects of that will be looked at as part of the investigation.
Sergeant, what's the process with regards to laying charges? What has to take place before there's a determination made whether charges will be laid or not?
So before there's any determination of charges, of course, all our investigators have to look at witness statements, video. They have to look at weather conditions, the condition of the driver, road conditions, speed. All those things are taken into account, along with the reconstructionist that will recreate the scene. And from there, it will be determined whether it's appropriate to lay charges. And sometimes laying charges requires consultation with the Crown as well, so that's also a possibility.
Can you just clarify, was the pedestrian crossing north to south where the ramp is, or crossing across Jarvis, Mount Pleasant, east-west?
That information I can't give exactly right now. Again, it's all so early in the investigation, that's all to be determined, and that takes some time.
The driver seems to have stopped and is cooperating with police.
Yeah, the driver is on scene and is cooperating.
To be clear, Sergeant, the tow truck was going down this ramp, merging onto Mount Pleasant. Is that right?
Again, that's all part of the investigation. The ramp is part of the investigation, as is the road below.
Thank you.